Let me see. They won't accept this right now. We could go like this as well, even. Yeah. Oh, no, we couldn't. Okay, don't do that. I think this is what we'll go for. One more month and we'll probably get it. Or one more siege. We'll see. Either way. Does that give us enough? No, come on. Alright, tell you what. What do you recommend? Build your own or just fine? I would build it. I mean, it depends. I don't know. Building is not that hard to do at all. It's actually pretty easy if you just like look up some guides online, watch a video, or even just like picture guides. Not that hard to do, and it saves you a little money. If you don't want to deal with that hassle, though, I don't think there's anything wrong with just buying one. It's just up to you. I don't think. Normally the labor costs add on a bit, but it's not like a terrible amount. So it's not like it'll destroy your wallet to get it built by someone else. If you're worried about it, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting it built by someone else, or you know, by just buying one pre-made. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hold on. Yeah, go for La Rioja. It's a big battle there, huh? Hey, no, that's an ongoing battle. Once that's done, alright, they squished us. Not good. Still, this is all I want. We'll get all of our land connected. We'll get all of the coastline of southern France. We will actually, after this, own we'll own the whole northern half of the Mediterranean. And a good chunk of the southern. Nice. Okay, yeah, let's go. Alright, there we go. We have greatly increased the span of our territory, haven't we? Go Albania, go, yeah. If you were to buy one, no building, what brand do you recommend? I don't know. That's the weird thing. Is like, because I don't know actually a lot about brands of, PCs. I really couldn't tell you. I'm not an expert at all. I'm really not knowledgeable at all. So Narbonne. I don't want this fort. No, that's useless. Get rid of that one. The one in Avignon. Also kind of useless. It's farmlands. Why would they even have a fort there? I want one in like Dauphiné or Auvergne. Yeah, we'll do one in Auvergne. Cool. Yeah, we're good. We're looking real good right now. There's no free courses online. Yeah. Well, I mean, Albania is a small country. Yeah. How many people live in Albania currently? Like, I'm assuming it can't be more than like 4 million or so. Probably even less than that. I don't even know. But yeah, it's a lot harder than languages like Spanish or Italian or French or German. Polish even. Yeah, even languages like Hungarian and Polish and Finnish and stuff like that, they have enough speakers that it's possible to find stuff online. Only 4 million about. Okay, I had a good guess. So yeah, like other languages, even languages, yeah, like Hungarian or Romanian, stuff that isn't super common, they're big enough that you can find stuff online. But yeah, Albania's pretty small, so I'm not surprised that it's hard to find stuff. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, Duolingo has like 20. Duolingo is cool and useful, but it certainly doesn't have all the small ones. Duolingo it has some cool ones though. Like it has Catalan in Spanish though for Spanish speakers, but it. If you're new to my channel, you probably don't know this, but I'm like super into Catalan, and Catalan is like a you know, like I guess like a minority language you could call it. I don't know what you'd call it, but obviously it's not like a huge language. It doesn't have any countries where it's the main language except Andorra, but you know, but it still has like 8 or 9 million speakers. So it's a minority language, but still already has like twice the number of Albanians. So yeah, Albania's small, and that makes it a lot. Yeah, Albania is spoken more than Welsh and more than like Old Irish and stuff. So that's true. It does have Welsh. That is something that surprised me too with Duolingo, and it has like, it does have like Quechua, you know, which is not represented in this game. It is in Wiki too, but it is like Quechua, which is up in here, you know, the native language that's spoken all in here, Bolivia and stuff. But I don't know how widely that's spoken either, though. But I do know it does exist. It is spoken in lots of places there. I just don't know how widespread it is. So, still. Yeah, if the public offer, yeah. I'm the language that I really want to learn next, because I've been what did I say? I did a little bit of, so I know Spanish. I don't know, when I say I know it, obviously I'm not a native speaker. I'm not nearly as good as someone from a Spanish-speaking country, but I know it like in the sense that I mean I studied abroad in Spain last semester, and I've been learning Spanish about as long as I've not been learning it. Like half my life I've been taking Spanish classes. My dad speaks Spanish and teaches it even. So Spanish is a big part of my life, right? So I speak a lot of Spanish. That's why I say, when people ask, I say I speak Spanish. I speak it fluently. I don't speak it natively. There's a difference. I speak it enough that I can like talk to anyone and figure out about stuff that might not be super surface level. I can have conversations with people and ask about their life stories and stuff in Spanish. And I think that's kind of where I mark it. I'm conversationally fluent. I can have a conversation and do all right. So I know Spanish. I've been working on Catalan by myself for like the past year, and with that I would say I'm like semi-conversational. And I've been taking Italian classes for like a year now. And with that I would also say I'm semi-conversational. But those are all kind of closely related too, so it's kind of cheating. It's not cheating, but I want to expand a little more. I want to like expand my horizons. I'm really, really wanting to, say hi or you and goodbye, with Albanian, yeah. But with the net, like, I really do want to expand to other, like, non-Romance languages. So this, even if I don't, like, really pursue them a lot, I just want to try them out, you know. So, like, this coming semester, you take German school, that's really good. So, like, this coming semester, I'm taking, I'm going to be taking this coming semester I'm going to be taking a level of Japanese 101, Japanese 101, obviously, which is going to be just the very basics. I don't assume I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to become fluent from this, obviously, but I just want to try it, like just see if I like it, maybe want to do more. And I'm continuing with Italian, and I really want to find a way. The other thing I really want to learn right now is, or soon, is Dutch. I really want to learn Dutch. I think that'd be really cool. I'm not super interested in German, but I really want to learn Dutch, which is obviously, like, they're related, but not super closely. Dutch always, to me, seems like a middle ground between German and English, which I kind of find interesting. So, ik spreek Netherlands. So I don't know how to say that. I've done very little with it. I did some on Duolingo, but I haven't done it recently. But yeah, like I do. When I've looked at Dutch, I was like, oh, that looks interesting. I really do want to. I really want to do more Dutch. So that's what I'm planning on doing on my own time, sometime at least. When I get around to it, and so I really want to. To learn to learn Dutch. That's like the next one that I want to learn besides like Catalan, which I've been doing on my own, and Italian, and maybe Japanese. You know, I really do want to do Dutch. That's the other one that's like next up on the list. Because I really like the history of the Netherlands. I find it a really interesting like mix of stuff and influences. It's in between France, England, and Germany. You know, it's got that interesting mix there, and yeah, I think it'd be really cool. You know. And plus, I kind of like learning stuff that isn't as common, because I feel like then when you meet people who are from that place, wherever it may be, and you speak to them in their language, they are like flattered, and like I think it's nice to them to show like, oh yeah, I think, you know, it's important to learn all the so someone at least learns all the languages. It's nice to have other people learn your language, especially when it's not like a super common language. And I kind of like that, looking for the ones that aren't as common but still important, I think, and have cool histories and stuff like that. Yeah, like I think that's the thing, is like when since I'm a native English speaker, you know, since I'm a native English speaker, I think Dutch will probably be not as hard as like it was to originally learn Spanish. Now, the fact that I know Spanish has made like Catalan and Italian both pretty easy to pick up on. You know, I had a head start, a big head start, pretty significant one. But probably still it'll be easier to learn Dutch coming from English. So, hey, Major Band Geek, what's up? The big problem for me is finding a way to learn Dutch that's not Duolingo, because Duolingo is fine. I think Duolingo is actually... So the thing is, I think Duolingo is really good for vocab in particular. However, it's not good for, like, speaking practice, really. It's not good for grammar as much. It's not good for just conversational fluidity. And so I don't know. I think that if I want to learn Dutch, if I actually want to learn Dutch, I think I'll have to find another way. That doesn't mean moving to the Netherlands, but I think that I think there are courses online that are offered for free, and I think there's ways. Maybe, I don't know. There's other ways to do it, but I don't think just Duolingo will be good enough for that. For me, at least. For other people, maybe. I'm not dedicated enough. I'm too lazy. I'm slack. It doesn't correct your pronunciation. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So bought it in the Netherlands with Savoy there. Yeah, let's go to war with these dudes. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. Because we're all dudes, yeah. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. Because we're all dudes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pronunciation is interesting for Dutch. That's one of the few things when I did a little bit with Duolingo for Dutch, I was like, oh, whoa, pronunciation for this is kind of weird. And that's actually one thing I'm fairly confident. I don't know, like I don't really have the ability to say this because I'm not an expert of languages or a linguist or anything, but I think that I'm not as worried, at least for myself, about pronunciation. I think the problem is I'm saying that, but the languages that I do know a little bit about are all relatively easy to pronounce. Catalan is a little harder, but like Italian and Spanish, both pretty easy on pronunciation, actually. Relatively speaking. However, I don't know. I think that because I've been, I don't know, I think this is a general thing that probably applies to both of you guys, Major Banking, Wise Voltage, since you guys both know other languages. To be honest, the best way I've learned other languages was going through my old worksheets from really, yeah. Doing the same, like translating it. That's really useful, I think. But yeah, so like, I don't know, maybe you guys will feel the same way, maybe you won't. But when I've been, because I think once you learn a language, I don't think it matters what language it is. I don't think it matters what language it might be. It could be Japanese or Russian or Arabic or French. I think whatever language it is, once you learn a different language besides your native one, in this case, English, then I think it makes it a lot easier to learn the next one, even if those are not related, even if they're not related, because of the fact, I think that, like, I don't know, this is not obviously not substantiated with fact or anything. This is just like my theory. Maybe it's backed up by research. I'm sure people have done research about it. I just wouldn't know. Oh my God, the Netherlands have taken over Jutland or whatever. Anyway, so like, I think that once you learn one language, it kind of gives you the tools that you need to conceptualize how to approach languages, like when you learn how to learn a language, you're learning, the first time you learn a language, you're learning how to learn a language, and after that, I think the next ones will be easier, because of the fact that now it's like, oh, I know how to separate myself from my native language a little bit, and then put myself in the shoes of this language, and that kind of helps. I think that's my theory, at least, that it helps you realize, oh, well, maybe then if I just don't worry about what it sounds like in English, just pronounce it like it sounds, Anyways, I don't know. Do you guys think there's anything to that, or you think that's just my overly optimistic approach? It's definitely a possibility that that's not the case. Obviously, some languages are harder than others. I'm not really talking about that. I don't think all languages are easy or are the same difficulty. I'm mostly just saying I think that once you learn one, the next one will be easier than it would have been otherwise. I don't know. I think that you know what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna do this. We're actually gaining prestige at 100. That's insane. Conquest of Rome, our philosopher, establish get branches, King of Albania, defend the faith. Wow. Yeah, we just like have infinite prestige now. Yeah. All languages I think are different difficulties, especially depending on the person too, But I do think that once you if you've learned a language before, regardless, I think it's gonna make learning another language easier, because not as hard, because you have sort of learned how to separate yourself from your native language. I think that's a big problem for, like, in my experience, like, I think that's a big problem for, like, lots of Americans and, like, English speakers who are learning Spanish, since that's the one thing I have the most experience with. I think when a lot of Americans are learning Spanish, we are kind of, I think it's kind of like we're afraid to separate ourselves from English. So it's like we don't want to take the deep dive and try to sound Spanish. We want to, like, we still kind of Americanize the way we say things in Spanish, and because of that, then it's like it doesn't sound as good. We can't hear the pronunciations in the way they're sort of meant to be said in Spanish, I think. I think that's something that I definitely used to do and still do, but I've tried to get rid of that. Interesting. Oh, hey, I wasn't paying attention to the screen. I was reading chat. This is all your guys' fault. I'm just kidding. Anywho, though, so yeah, I do know that. So with we were talking about Dutch pronunciation. I don't know much about Dutch pronunciation, but I know that it has, like, I know a little bit from when I took Duolingo, like, just the very basics of a couple things. And then actually someone in my YouTube comments the other day, so I did on my YouTube channel a while ago, it's been a while now, I did a Dutch campaign in EU4 a few months ago, And yeah, actually, I was just gonna bring up the letter G in a context. And then during that campaign, I had been looking at this province here, this one, right? And I had been asking people in one of my videos, like 6 months ago, how the heck do you say this province's name? And someone just like 5 or 6 days ago in the comments linked me to a pronunciation of it. And I was like, oh, I was saying it so wrong before. So the way, I'm probably going to butcher this, but the way that this is said is apparently Helra, something like that. Helra, yeah. I couldn't say it right. Helra, something like that. Helra. I'm pretty sure I'm still saying it wrong, but it's probably better than it was before when I was saying Gelra or whatever. So apparently that's how you say that. Someone linked me to that, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And the thing I really found interesting about that is the fact that the reason I found that was really interesting is because the fact that in Spanish, right? So Spanish is the only language that I would say I'm fluent in besides English. Then I immediately connected to Spanish. I was like, wait a minute, that's super weird because like in Spanish, when you have G followed by E, like in Gelra, when you have G followed by E in Spanish, it makes a he sound as well. It's not. I don't think it's actually the same sound, but it's very similar. It's a he sound. So like, so for instance, this is a he. This is a he sound. So it's hiro. Yeah, I can't do it right. Hirona, but it's a similar sound to that. But with the, and this is Catalan. So that's it's Girona, and actually in Catalan. So that's not different, but it translates to that. What's an example of a word? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any provinces on here that have the he, but it's like what's a good word in Spanish? I don't know, but Spanish, yeah, diplo point cap. So yeah, in Spanish they do have a he sound. That kind of, when I found out this is Gelra, I was like, oh my god, that's weird. That's kind of similar to the Spanish thing. Yeah, we're gonna do some culture conversion. What do we have still? Turkish is promoted. Croatian, this is already converting. Do we make Friuli Croatian or what? Venice should be Tuscan or Lombard or what? This one's already converting. The Piedmontese should probably be converted away. We'll see about that. Do have the Catalan down here. Oh, you know what? Aragonese we should convert. Aragonese is not super useful. Is Aragon a state? Do we have it as a state? Yeah, it is. Alright, so that's what we should convert. Aragon will become Catalan. Catalan. There you go. Cool. Why is English the only language to pronounce the letter J the way we do? Yeah, because that's the thing. That's the other thing. I was actually going to mention that. That's one of the few things I do know how to pronounce in Dutch, is like, I know that the J's are like a ya, which is what most languages do, right? Like that's what freaking like most of the Scandinavian ones do. That's what most of like the Balkan Slavic languages do. And that's what Dutch does. Like Sweden is like Johan, right? English is kind of the weird one. They have the j sound for it instead. That's certainly weird, yeah. But yeah, that's one thing I do remember about Dutch, is that it's like the ja for the J, which is but that's the thing, is I don't have trouble remembering that though, because of the fact that J in Spanish is also the h sound. So it's already when I see J's in other languages, I automatically assume it's probably not going to be a j sound. Yeah, German as well, Albanian as well. Yeah, most languages. So yeah, that's the thing, is like, because of the fact that I have knowledge of other languages, then it's like I always remember. It's not hard for me to remember that J is most likely going to be weird in other languages. Although actually though, so Spanish it's he, which is also kind of weird. That's also an outlier. Italian doesn't actually have J by default. When it does, it's normally names that are originally like French and other stuff or from other languages. However, Catalan does actually have the J sound for J. It's actually one of the few other ones I think that is similar to English. Catalan actually has a lot in common with English in a lot of times because of the fact that it's closer to French in a lot of ways, and French and English are related, you know. So French influenced English and caused it to form the way it has. So because of that, then Catalan, being closer to French, is therefore closer to English than stuff like Spanish. It has a lot more in common. It's not like it's directly translatable. It's not like you could read it and understand it, but it has a little more in common. Subtle things. Yeah, because exactly, it's a je sound in French. In Catalan, sometimes it's like it's not a je, it's a je, but they do have a je sound. I don't know. It's kind of. I think it depends on the part of Catalonia you're in, or Valencia, or whatever. Because in Catalonia, so like for instance, there's the word pluja. Actually, and that one is a je sound. So yeah, like pluja is Pluja, and that means rain. So pluja. That is a je sound, actually. I think it is a je sound most of the time. Yeah, it's more of the French je sound. I'm trying to think. So pluja. What's another example? But then they also have the T plus that sound, the TZH phonetic sound or whatever. It's like one example is placha, and that one's kind of weird to pronounce. Placha, formacha, and that's all very strange. How do you say truck in Catalan? I have no idea. See, that's the thing is I know Catalan enough to like translate basic words. However, like vocab like that, I'm terrible with. I'm pretty good with verbs in Catalan. I'm pretty good with pronunciation. I'm terrible with vocab. I know hardly any foods. I know very basic nouns, mostly stuff that you would see in songs, because most of what I know of Catalan is just what I taught myself from songs. And all that language has there's a lot of words that you see in songs, like rain is one that's pretty common. That's why I know that one. I don't know. Let me look up how to say it. How's it spelled? Let me see. What is the spelling of it? I don't know. Let me look. I'm gonna look it up if Google will open. Let's see here. Oh, it is. It is similar to that. It's camion. So it's CAMIO with the accent on the O, which means lots of times it's a common word format in Catalan. Whenever normally you would have like an N at the end of a word and the accent on that syllable, lots of times they'll drop the N in words. Most of the time they'll drop the N in words in Catalan. So it's camion. So it's camion. The N is sort of like assumed, but it's sort of like the N is dropped. It was dropped a long time ago from Catalan at the end of words. But it's traditionally that's kind of where it would be. It's represented as being there, but it's camion. So camion, interesting. Yeah, so it's camion. That's actually a lot of words. So like all the words that in English end with shun, nation, stuff like that. In Spanish they end with sion. In Catalan they end with cio. So the same thing but without the N. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. That camion was that common. Camion. Interesting. I did not know that. It's really cool. I don't even know what it is in Spanish actually. Word for truck. I just know like car mostly, and because car is coche, coche. But in Catalan it's cocha. But I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, camion. That doesn't surprise me. That would be that in Spanish then. Can we get out of this war? It's time. It's gonna be time for the Spanish Wars soon enough. Oh, it is already time, huh? I thought our truce lasted a little longer. Well, let's go over here and go to war with Spain. Let's start focusing again on the game. Okay. Well, we can take that. That's all I want right now. I'll take Savoy at a later date. So this is getting fed to Switzerland, by the way, because of the fact. I mean, they are mainly just because they already own part of the state, and this used to be Swiss cores and stuff and whatever. And it's mountains. I'll let them have the mountains. And also it's not in the Genoa trade node. I really just want Savoy. So, and I'm not going to take this war, so I'm not going to worry about it. Cool. Give me that, and then that. Ah, Dookie. You know what? Wait a little bit. We're getting in position. How do you pronounce the E at the end? Is it machine? Machine? Or is it... Like, what does the E with the two dots over it mean? How do you pronounce that in Albanian? Austria's at the end of the word. Oh, so it's Makin? Makin? Where do you have accents in? Are there accented syllables in Albanian, or does it not have accented syllables? Because not all languages do. All the Romance ones do, and English kind of does, for some words at least, but I don't know about Albanian. Interesting. Those are the accents. So it's Makin. Makin, is that roughly correct? I'm assuming I'm still butchering it a little bit, obviously, but yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that seems well, I was assuming that it was like written sort of like a lot of languages, even a lot of languages, even ones that aren't in any way related to the Romance languages, use the Romance symbol of writing things, because that's sort of the standard, I think, for a lot of like phonetically in the phonetic world of phonetics. I think that's the standard, really. It's the common ground. So Machin. That's interesting, because the word in Italian and Albania and Italy obviously have connections and stuff. There's plenty of Albanians over the course of history that have lived in Italy, in southern Italy especially, and plenty of Italians that have lived in Albania. Obviously, Albania has been under Italian control, and the word in Italian for car is macchina. So I don't know, there might be a connection there. I would not be surprised. Macchina. It has an accent on the A in that one. It's macchina. But yeah, that's interesting. Oh crap. Yo, we got too many points. However, yeah, I'm assuming there probably is a connection. However, I don't like to make statements of definitiveness, because I'm always afraid I'll offend someone if I'm wrong, because it's certainly, there's lots of cases where where there's like fake ones like that. For instance, like in Catalonia and Valencia, in all this part of Spain, there's these things called the Ramblas, Las Ramblas, that are the streets there, one of the, like the main streets that are in the cities on the coast that lead down towards the ocean. And my dad, he was trying to convince me. He thought for sure that they were called Ramblas because he thought that they were related to the English word of ramble, which rambling, meaning like wandering around, sort of. And I was like, I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure Catalan and English haven't really directly interacted with each other. Sure, they have connections, a lot of connections, even because of the fact that France is sort of a middle point between the two, but French rather is a middle point between the two. But at the same time, I don't think those are related. And I looked it up, and no, ramble is more related to I think Middle Dutch, some type of earlier Dutch actually is where that came from. So I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a false equivalency or a false one, And so it's like, sometimes it seems like something must be connected, but it isn't. It's just a coincidence. That happens. But yeah, I don't know. I think that one probably is a case of an actual connection with Albania and Italy, both having stuff similar sounding enough. Hey, After Effect, what's up? So I was going to compare our states. So was it Provence, Caraman? Yeah, I do think we want to do this. So Languedoc and Rum. Rum is... Oh, you know what? That's what I should spend my admin points on. I was developing stuff. I'm an idiot. Yeah, make this a state. Get that a state. Yeah. Languedoc. Absolutely. In fact, actually, I think both of these should. Just, trade is so good, The word I'm saying for chandelier in Albanian Portuguese is the same. Huh, interesting. I know very little Portuguese, so can't really speak to that much, but I can read Portuguese mostly well. In fact, I could probably read it better than most other people that speak Spanish not natively, if that makes any sense. Other people that know Spanish and have learned it but aren't native Spanish speakers. I could probably look at Portuguese and read a little better. And the reason why is because of the fact that Portuguese and Catalan actually have quite a few pronunciation things in common that Spanish doesn't have. Abajur is chandelier. Huh. I mean, that's so lots of times though, there will be things, places that have words in common, and it is actually due to a connection, but it's not a direct connection. Lots of times it's because of the fact that both of them have a common influence, right? So for instance, with Portuguese is very similar in a lot of ways, I think, to Italian, more so than Spanish even is in some ways. And so that could, again, be Italian and Albanian have connections, even though, obviously, Albanian is not a Romance language. They still have connections. So maybe it could be something there, like an indirect connection. Totally feasible. So we're going to do this. Liberty, desire, and same continent subjects. And now we have, we should never have issues again. Nice. Whenever I look at Portuguese, I always get a more Italian feel for the words than I do with Spanish. Not huge. Yeah, Albania is its own thing. I'm always interested. I always find that really interesting to think about. It's in the Indo-European language group or whatever, language family, but it's not related to any others. It's sort of like Greek in that respect. Neither of them are related to any others. They're both sort of just independent on their own little branches, which I find kind of interesting. I think just like Greek, I think Albanian and Greek both used to have other like common like cousin languages, but they kind of died out, or I don't think they died out, but they were incorporated into the main one. So like they used to have cousin languages, but they don't anymore. So their closest ones are just other languages that are not really connected at all. Her branches from us. Huh, interesting. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, is like, because there's obviously, like, to a certain extent, like Persian, Farsi is in the Indo-European language group. So if you go back far enough, you know, then English and Persian are related to some extent, very basically, obviously. But like, obviously, it's kind of hard to say, like, to just see, and it obviously is. You couldn't really tell that. Unless you're a linguist and you study that, maybe. Still. I'm sure there are connections. It's just hard to see it when it's that far away and that far related. But there's probably more connections there than when you look at something like Japanese, which is its own in the Sino-Tibetan group, I believe. So it's a whole different group. Gag and Tosk. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the well, that, whoa, who just got, whoa, wait, what? Whoa! Oh shit! Yo! Oh, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Oh my god, we just got a PU over Brandenburg. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's hilarious. How did this fucking happen? Well, I mean, I know why it happened, or how it happened. We have the von Hohenzollerns, and we have had them for a while. But Brandenburg, we had no relations, no marriages with them or anything. What the fuck, man? This campaign is insane. We had no relations with them at all. In fact, I think they didn't even like us that much. We had been at war with them a few times, and all of a sudden, oh, hey, you got a PU over one of the more powerful countries in the game right now. I think they must be, like, a pretty high up there one. Jesus, wow. Kaolek, what's up? Man, I live in a country Albanians fill 90% of... No, I know. I'm not saying they are related to Greeks. Albanian is related to Greeks as much as it's related to Polish or English or French, you know. They are related anciently, but they're both in the Indo-European group. But no, I realize they are not related to, I completely realize it's not related to it's not related closely to any other languages. I recognize that. I wasn't saying that, sorry if it came across that way. I know it's not related to Greek in any way. I was just saying it's related in the sense that they're both Indo-European, but so is English, and so is Russian, so is Farsi. So you know, that's all I meant. They yes. Trust me, I know. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Caleb. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, Macedonian is well, because Macedonian is Slavic. It's Macedonian is like is similar. Oh, see, now I'm gonna offend people. Maybe isn't Macedonian more closely related to like Bulgarian than it is anything else, or I think like that. I'm not. Yeah, I get that. I gotcha. Yeah. I got you. You're just saying that Albanians are very uptight about that sort of thing, which I to a certain extent understand. Well, not personally. I don't have any personal experience with anything like that, but I understand where they're coming from. I don't judge them for that. Yeah. Yeah, I know we're Denmark. That's from Poland, though. It's not us. It's not over the thing there. I'll probably just take the Canaries for myself. Let's get out of this war. Because the thing is, like, we're not going to be able to get a ton of war score unless we want to siege down all the freaking colonial land they have. And these guys are going to break free after this war. I can almost guarantee you they're going to all break free after this war. In fact, I might actually purposely just cut them off from the ocean just for fun. I'm kind of feeling like I might even just do this. Hold on. I mean, they already have Galicia, so the Asturias state would be good to give to them. But no, I get the whole thing with like people getting offended if people say that Albania and Greek are related. I totally get that. No, like, cause I kind of understand because of the fact that like sometimes people will say, if they don't know about like Catalan, they'll say, oh wait, Catalan is just a dialect of Spanish, right? And that's super incorrect, you know. When people say that to me, I'm like, well, I mean, I speak Spanish and I speak a good chunk of Catalan, and no, they're not really related that closely even. They're about as related as Portuguese and Spanish. Like, really, I think that is actually a perfect comparison. Portuguese and Spanish and Catalan are probably all related to each other equally. So if you're trying to say that Spanish, or that Catalan is a dialect of Spanish, then you're kind of also saying, then you must also think that Portuguese is a dialect of Spanish. Sure, they're pretty similar in a lot of ways, but, you know, it's not the same thing. You get to pray 5 times a day. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's one thing I always find interesting, because isn't Albania, like, Albania, so the majority of people in Albania today are Muslim, right? And that is, of course, due to the Ottoman rule, but that's, but it's, I think there is like isn't Albania like split kind of evenly? Like, I thought that it was a thing where it's like half of Albania is like Orthodox and half is Muslim, or like maybe it's like a third, and then a third is also like Catholic. I don't remember. Like I know that's like mixed there, right? There's some Muslims, some Christians, and different Christian denominations too, or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, so. But correct me if I'm wrong. But I thought there was like it's sort of mixed. Most of them aren't. Let's see. We should do culture conversions again. We have all this converting here. 80% Muslim, 50% Christian and Catholic, 55%. Okay. So is there any Orthodoxy there, or is it only Catholics really when out of the Christians? Huh. I'm gonna do Verona, make Verona Lombard. Yeah, Lombard. And I'm gonna make this Croatian. Like, you're saying most of them don't practice it. Is that what you mean? Like, most of them are only Muslim in name, but not really practicing it. But I think that's kind of a common trend in most of the world for most religions, right? Like, I don't know. We can make this a Lombard. I'm not gonna make Lombard here. Do you border? You don't border Lombard yet, so this one will be Lombard. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm pretty, like, personally, I don't really like talking about religion on the channel, but I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent to religion. Like, I'm pretty live and let live, you know, when it comes to religion. Oh, Florence is about to get it. Oh yeah, that's right. We actually, well, when is tech time? It's 3 years out still. Okay. So yeah, I do want to do this. Yo, the fact that we got frickin' Brandenburg as a PU, by the way, still haven't gone over that. That's hilarious. They already have zero. They already have zero thing. Well, like, let's see, because it doesn't stack with relative power of all PUs. Like vassals, they add up to each other. It doesn't do that with personal unions, which is hilariously good. So Brandenburg and Portugal neither care about each other, even though they could gang up together. Yo! Brandenburg is huge, man. Like, that's a lot of development, right? That's like a good bit, at least. Jeez. They're like a good chunk of Germany, you know? Like, at least about half of it, I would say. They own Hamburg, yeah. They own Berlin. They own Prague even as well, which isn't even in, you know, they own most of the Czech Republic or Czechia. Let's get them. Let's see. I might want to enforce the religion. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Yeah, you guys are Protestant now, Brandenburg. Okay. Provençal. Alright, I wanna get out of sword. Oh man, I'm coming down with something. My throat is hurting so bad. I'm gonna be like dead tomorrow. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, no, get out of here. Get out of here, Spain. Screw you, Spain. It's gonna take maybe a little more wars than I thought against Spain, but that's okay. We just took, we took Toledo and Madrid, which is, and La Mancha. I think it took a good, like, 70 development, 80 development. Actually, no, I think that's like 100. Something like that. That's a good bit. Cool, we're good. We got a lot of stuff. A lot of juicy stuffs. Their colonies have got to be breaking away soon, right? Can't be around much longer. Okay, so yeah. I don't know. Surprised this doesn't have a million development. They didn't develop this one as much. That's good. We want to take that stuff next. When are we going to war with the Ottomans next? Yeah, not too long. We should fabricate on them. Fabricate on everyone. You get fabricated on, and you get fabricated on. Yo, this is so cool. Look, we stretch our borders from here. We connect here now, finally. So we stretch our borders of our control from here all the way across by land to frickin' Galicia and Portugal. And actually all the way down to here even. We have a huge... Oh yeah, I forgot I took the Canaries, didn't I? Forgot about that. I don't want to fight rebels there. Look at this. We own so much land. Oh, everything connects. Okay. Good ideas soon, actually. We got to figure out what ideas we want to take. What other sorts of buildings should we build? We got plenty of money now. I think we should do this, you know. Upgrade all the ones that we had. And start building... Yeah. 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 Yeah, Gucci. Start clicking on the provinces manually. You go there, you go there. Nice. Look at our mighty Albania. Mighty will Albania be. Hey, nice. We kicked the Austrians out of here. So this is Croatia now. Next up, more stuff from France. It's the idea, anyways. Anywho. Already, I mean, we kind of already have. We already have Kosovo and most of Turkey. You know, I'm working on it. I'm working on the rest. Gotta wait for truces, though. We can't just attack now. I don't know what Kosovo's official language is. I don't know as much as I could about all the Balkans, really. That's a lot of peasants, Brandenburg. Ooh, excuse me. We could also, by the end of the game, probably get a claim or PU over Poland. Should be just hilarious at that point. Oh my. I still can't believe that we frickin' got a PU over Brandenburg just randomly for no reason other than the fact that we have the same dynasty. You know what it must have been? It must have been that they would have had a succession war normally, but since we were in a war already, you can't have a succession war, and so it just gave it to us. That's really, really lucky. Oh, we should go on speed 4, by the way. I should have been doing that a while ago, but that's okay. So yeah, coring is getting done there. Good enough. Because we have a couple of years left to get some claims on you. That'll be Gucci. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. A lot of weird letter combinations, yeah. Avant. Croissant. Et croissant. Oh yeah, there's some weird ones, huh? What I'm gonna do is, yeah, sure. Oh, that was from Georgia. That's fine. Yeah, do that. Subject countries. Okay, February. Most of this land is definitely gonna be worth it. We already have this as a state, don't we? Yeah, we do. Madrid, or yeah, Castile, we don't though. Yeah, those are some weird letter combinations. Oh, oh, getting some funky shenanigans there, huh? Hey, we got enough for a claim, and we've been caught, so we should get a claim. That sucks. We can't get a claim on this one. Definitely gonna take that one over. This is gonna be a decent state. Yeah, this one as well. I'm not sure. Like, we don't really care too much about all this land, all the Syrian land. Mostly just want the Turkish land and the ones that are going to be in states anyway. So like Dulkadir, this one will work. It's in Anatolia. It'll go like down here. Take over Kurdistan as well. That's probably it. Take over Kurdistan, and that'll be our borders probably. Yeah, something like that. Honestly, I don't think we need to worry about it too much. We don't really need a lot of claims. Make this a state, please. There you go. We have 44 out of 40 states. I want more. We can't really get more. Sucks. What about government type? Like, we're an administrative monarchy. Are there any others that give you more states? Enlightened despotism could be fun. Get more promoted cultures. Might actually go for that, just for fun. I'm not sure. Can't right now, though. Gotta wait a few techs. Then we could really make everything be promoted. Because right now, you can see... Hold on. Accepted culture-wise, all the yellow is basically accepted. We have Greek and Turkish and Neapolitan and Tuscan and Lombard. So we have all of Italy. But Occitan could be good still. Andalusian, Portuguese, you know. We got other cultures that we could use as promoted. I'll probably make Occitan promoted with our next spot we're about to get. It's a pretty good one. Better than Andalusian by a little bit. And Portuguese is also really good, though. So that could be good. But I don't think it's quite as good. So we'll see. Ja. Is the DJ, is that Ja? Or is it Ja? Well, it's a... Oh, no, I'm assuming it's a Dia, right? Diale? Dial? Dial. Dial? Is that how it is? I was thinking using an... I was thinking like Catalan, because the a D and a G sound... D and a J sound, a J sound kind of works, but no, it's Dial. Is that it? Dial? Dial? Something like that. Dial. Okay. Yeah, I got you. It took me a second to get there, but I was like, yeah. That's cool. Oh, what? You're saying that? The what? Let's see. Our truce with you ends at the same time as the Ottoman one, huh? Can't really do both those at once. I'd rather just focus on the Ottomans. Wrap up our last war with them in style. Okay. I can't believe we just randomly got a PU over Brandenburg. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, you know what? They had peasants because I forced them to convert. That's funny. Yeah, do that. And it's tech time, boys. Oh, we just eclipsed the Ottomans just now, really? Oh, this sucks. So, oh, there's not... It's gonna be a while before any new ones as well. Yeah, it sucks. Well, that's okay. This one's 95. 7-4. I'll wait a little bit. Yo, this Polish war is still going on with Denmark. You gotta finish this off, dogs. It's been going on too long. Yeah. Yeah, I know that, I don't know, like, masculine and feminine, like, words in Spanish, I don't know, like, it's obviously makes it annoying, but I don't actually think it's that hard once you kind of contextualize it and learn some of the patterns. But I've heard that in German and, like, I think, like, Polish and other languages, too, and Dutch has as well, I think it's pretty, like, it's a lot harder, I'm pretty sure, than in Spanish and Italian and Catalan. But it still is something in those. It doesn't seem as hard, though, or I don't know. Maybe that's just me saying that because I know those, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting, though, that it's actually, like, the opposite of Italian. Because in Italian, it's O for masculine and A for feminine. And then, like, E sometimes for masculine as well. So sometimes it's, and that's only singular. Then, plural is a whole nother story for Italian. Italian, the O becomes an I, and the A, or, the A becomes an E, an English E. I'm, like, switching between the English and the Italian pronunciations of those. That's kind of confusing, but you know what I meant. Italian is a little more confusing than Spanish is. In Spanish, it's pretty much you just put an S on the end, and it changes from plural or from singular to plural. In Italian, you kind of have to, like, learn all these other rules, but I don't know. Ki kyo. Which one? Infantry and cavalry. Do Lancer. No, do Reformed Cossack cavalry. We got an idea slot. Well, that's going to be interesting. I am going to go use the restroom, though. I'm really gotta go, so I'm also maybe going to go to snack. So I'll be right back, like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5, I don't know. And then we'll continue, but yeah, I'm going to think about the idea group to take, so I'll be right back.